I've retained some things that I never thought possible. What I got to a point where I make in a month, I used to dream about making in a year
I
when I was
see.
a kid. You know, my,
Uh-huh.
my dad dug ditches, and there were seven of us that lived in
Mhm.
a 900 square foot house with one bathroom, one toilet, right? In LA. So you talk about having seen people with things, right? Like I'm living in Los Angeles,
Mhm.
the entertainment capital.
Mhm.
And me and three of my brothers slept in a bunk bed until we were 18 and out of the house. And then my other two little brothers who were 13 years younger than us slept in my mom and dad's room,
Mm.
right? Like, and we had one bathroom, one toilet. And I was in LA. I wasn't in some distant area where, oh, this is a dream. I was in
Yeah,
that and had
you're here.
access to that, right? So
Yes.
that was my
Yeah.
reality. And so I wanted to climb out of that and have things, but it's really hard because I'm not exceptional at anything. I was never a star athlete. I don't have musical talent. Like, I was never exceptional at anything. I just got into an industry that if I could make it work, it would allow me to have a great lifestyle. And
Mhm.
I'm not just this outrageous baller, but from where I came from, I have great income. But what allows me my lifestyle
Mhm.
wasn't the money I made. It's what I did with the money because I learned from others how to make my money into things, how to strategize, how
Got
to
it.
plan. So
Mhm.
that's what gave me where I'm at now is the moves I made, not the money I made. Most people are dreamers. They don't do what's necessary. Okay. I'm not saying I'm a fitness model, right? But think about it. You look at it like this. And where I was going with this was it's actually not difficult to not be out of shape and unhealthy.
Mhm.
All you do is eat less and work out more,
Mhm.
right? In theory, it's super simple,
Mhm.
but it's very hard in practice, right? To do very hard. So the problem is that most people will never do what's required for them to have what they want.
You're saying that most people are lazy
Most, no, not lazy.
or scared?
They're average. And average
Ah.
has been portrayed recently as being bad, but it's not bad. It's average. Average is not bad. Recently, social media will make you seem like, oh, you're average, you're a loser. Like, that's not a loser. That's average. Most people are average height. Most people are average weight. Most people are average looking, right? Like,
Yeah.
they're most people, and that's what averages are, right? The majority of people are average, and average people want to just have a job and be entertained, have their family, get a paycheck, and go about their life. They can't handle the stress.
Th-
They can't power through. Do you know what courage it took? Oh, of course you know, but really, I don't know if you know like how I'm about to say it. For you to come to a distant land where you leave all your friends and family, where you don't speak the language, to come into an industry that most people dream about being an entertainer and have no resources, no nothing, no shoulder to cry on, no one you can trust, learning how fake American culture is, and to be at the point where I saw you 2 nights ago putting on a comedy special. Do you know how extraordinary that is? But
Yeah.
think about this, okay? Everyone here has all their family, all the resources, all the connections. They can go and do it, and they're from here, and they don't. That's an average person. So what you've done is extraordinary. But think about that. One of those things where are so blessed to be in this country, and people are not going to do what's required of them. And not that they're bad or lazy. That's what the social media is making these people seem like. So then they buy their motivational speaking book, or they
Mhm.
spend these money, or they go into debt for it because that's what they're trying to sell. But very rare are people actually going to give substance and have the courage to have fierce, meaningful conversations to help people take it to the next level because nobody cares. That's just the reality. And so when
It's
people
true.
see someone like me, they're like, man, this guy maybe comes on a little too hard. It's because I actually care. Like, I actually want to help people. And the reality is, without having a direct plan and strategy, they're cooked. They're done for. I have just worked hard, and I've been an employee that had worked on majority of commissions, and I made my way and I worked hard. There's
Mhm.
no art to what I do. There's no, this is knowledge that I've given that I help people, and I'm grateful for it, right? But up until this point of even us talking, I've always dreamt about doing something like you three, but I've
Really?
never had because I've always gone down the average guy route. Sure, my income has gotten a little bit higher for my age. I'm in the 1% income earners. In the assets, I'm 1% income assets, but that's not because I've made a ton of money. It's because I learned the game of what to do with money. There's
Mhm.
a very big difference. 93% of all this equities, that's stocks, mutual funds, ETFs, is owned by 1% of Americans. The top 1% own 93% of all the equities. The bottom 50% income earners in America own 1% of the stock market. So the only thing that's being hurt right now is the lower income people, the 93% that are owned by the 1%. All they're doing is buying more and going to get rich, right? So again, it goes back to how do you get in the game and learn? And the only way someone like you is by learning from someone who cares and that's not trying to make money off of you, that's trying to help you.